Good morning, everyone. Welcome back, I guess, to me. Today I'm going to be doing days 13 from Christy's Beautiful Life, 30 Days of Sketches. And today is a sketch that I created for this challenge. So obviously I need to make a video of my sketch. I know I haven't been on much with videos. I've just been really busy. I've been trying to do as many of the sketches as I can to participate, but I know I haven't been able to do too many. So I wanted to make sure I came on and at least did my sketch for you guys. So what I will be using for this sketch is, so this is 49 in Market. I had this collection in a scrap room kit, and these are all I have left. I have one full sheet here with the pretty butterflies. I had a piece of cardstock left, and this is twill, Basil's twill. And then I just have a little bit here for some matting on this nice little gingham sheet. I don't know the name of it. It's probably one of these over here, but I'm not sure which one at this point. I have just a tiny bit of embellishments, so we're gonna have to be a little creative with the embellishment clusters. So the one thing I know, oh, these are my pictures. I do have a little oopsie right here from my printer that I'll have to cover up somehow, figure out something. These are just of my son and daughter-in-law. We were taking a walk together at a nature center here around where we live. And so I'm going to scrap those two pictures on this. I thought with these colors in this collection, I liked, you know, how it pulled from the trees and the moss growing on the trees and everything. So I thought they'd be really nice. So kind of my thought process here is I am going to mat this whole thing with this cardstock here to just give just a little break right here. So I'll trim off a little bit of this sheet, but this one I'm going to use mostly whole. And I'm going to just kind of trim around the butterfly wings with my X-Acto knife and just kind of pop them up a little bit. So I'm not going to cut them out fully because I like the whole paper. I just like the whole feel of this whole thing. So it's going to be a lot less work for me than normal. And then this I'm going to use for some sort of matting, maybe under my pictures. I may even use a bit of this side if I have enough and kind of double mat. We'll see how that works out. But I kind of like that for the matting to kind of pull it this color. I have just a few, like I said, embellishments. I'm going to use this title, Days Like These from Bramble Fox. I liked how it went kind of with this grayish blue. I thought that was really pretty. And then I do have these wooden elements. I liked the hearts here, so I thought maybe I could sprinkle them around. I also like these pink hearts. I could use the blue too, but I really liked the pink more so. Just a couple of little pieces of embellishments. And then for my string there, for my tags, I've got this hemp twine here that I'll use up. And then anything else, I'll probably try to cut out these little butterflies and use them. So let me go ahead and get this at least matted up so that I know for sure how that's going to fit. And then I'll start to work on trimming out those butterfly wings. I won't make you watch that. I might show you what I'm doing with one of them so that you can kind of see the process of that. But I don't want to take all that time because that'll take me a little while and I don't want you guys to have to watch that. So let me get some things going and then I'll come back and I'll show you cutting out one or two of those little butterflies and then we'll get on with it. So see you back here in a minute. Okay, so I went ahead and got my softer mat so that I didn't cut into my glass mat. And here I am just using my X-Acto knife to carefully cut around the wings of the butterfly. So I'm leaving the body part intact so that I can just kind of lift up the wings and put a little bit of foam underneath it. And it's going to be sticking to that cardstock. So I've got a base down there to be able to do this. Now this is something that you can do like if you're in the position that I'm in and you really love the paper that you're using and you don't really want to cut anything out of it. Because that's what we tend to do a lot of times. We'll take like these beautiful butterflies and we'll cut them all out and we'll stick them on top of another piece of paper. But you know, with 49 in Market, they have such beautiful background papers anyway that I oftentimes just do what I'm doing here and just to give myself that dimension still. There, you can see it there. I will just cut into it with my X-Acto knife. And then that gives me the dimension I want and I can still keep the paper intact. So off camera, I went ahead and I cut out my mats to create my my tags. And here I am, I'm just putting that hemp twine. I love this stuff. I have this stuff forever. I have a big spool of it. I think I got it from Walmart or Hobby Lobby or somewhere, and I just bought this big spool, and I love this stuff. I could use this anywhere, especially with these collections, these natural collections. It just goes perfectly with them. So I'm just going to nestle my flags in here, or flags, sorry, my tags in here, and I'm going to leave that twine loose for a bit while I get everything kind of taped in place and everything. I'm just going to use some washi to kind of, you know, get it a little bit fit in here. I decided I wanted to do the loops because that's kind of nodding toward the butterflies. You know how we always have their little flight trails and we do like the little loopies. I know that a tag wouldn't hang correctly if it was looped like that, but I just think it adds a little bit of interest. And so, and with the butterflies in there, it just kind of goes all to it. I'm just putting a little bit of glue here and there just to kind of hold that in place so that it doesn't move and, you know, lose its shape here. So I went ahead and that's all tacked down. So that's my main part of my layout. And as you can see, it's already pretty full. I don't need much here just because of the paper that I used. So with that title, it says Days Like These. That's a Bramble Fox perspective. And I did put some foam on the left-hand side of it because it is up on the photo a bit. So that's how I got it to kind of stay flat. Remember I told you guys that I had a little part of the photo that was scratched. It just came out of my printer that way. Well, I decided to just add a little bit of these lace ephemera up on the top. And I like it because it kind of pulls from that the moss that's hanging off from the trees and kind of just brings that across and gives us just this little, I don't know, almost a vintagey vibe to this layout with that. And so I don't mind it at all. I think it's fine, and I think it adds a little something to the layout. I'm going to tuck that little metal flower. It looks like metal. It's not actually metal. Underneath my title there. And that's going to be my little tiny embellishment cluster over there. I do not do much, guys, because by the time I got done with this, I realized I don't really need much. It has enough. That little wooden bird I really wanted to use because we did see a lot of birds, but as you can see, I did not end up keeping it there. It just didn't fit in. Here's the little tiny butterflies I cut out of the branding strip in the beginning. And I'm going to kind of use those almost like we use enamel dots, and I'm just going to sprinkle them in groups of 3 around my little embellishment clusters that I have. One there at the top of the tag on the left, and then I'm going to do some around the bottom of the tag on the right. And the tag on the right, I kind of placed everything really quickly, so you may not have caught it all, but I just have one little floral down there. It's a rose, and then I put a little squirrel next to it. That's also a Bramble Fox piece, and he's so cute. I do some outdoorsy pictures sometimes, but he just seemed to fit perfectly. And yes, we saw some squirrels and birds and all kinds of things when we were on this walk. We were actually at the Brazos State Park here in the Houston area of Texas. We went particularly to see the alligators, and we saw like maybe, I don't know, 8 maybe. And they just are kind of lounging and swimming next to your trail. So it's actually it's pretty scary, but pretty fun at the same time. So I'm adding a few just little, on my sketch I had subtitle there. It was underneath the main title, but because of how I placed my title and how I had my cutouts of my butterflies, I decided to put a few of these, wordy bits from Tim Holtz above my title, and they read, "Life is good, embrace the journey, and focus on what's important." So that's what I'm putting up there in place of the subtitle. Just kind of flipped them around there. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write my journaling. I did this on the plain cardstock. So on that little space that's between the plain cardstock and my printed paper background. And I do go all the way around. I don't make you watch it all. I'm going to skip ahead here in a moment. There we go. I did make a couple of mistakes, I'm going to be honest with you, in my handwriting because that's what we do. None of us are perfect. And so I just think it kind of adds to it. So that is it, guys. Here's my slowdown. You can see the popped up butterflies here and there. You can see the hemp twine and all the pretty little things added. This was actually a very quick layout for me, and it doesn't look simple, but it was. So I hope you enjoyed this layout, and I hope you go ahead and you look to the playlist so that you can see what everybody else is doing with these sketches. And I hope if I get a chance to make another video for this series that you'll come back, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.